think he had Daddy on, I couldn't hear.
Yo, what's up YouTube? It's KJRS Gaming here, just to bring you a quick video just to run through all my graphics settings and controller settings. So I stream and game off one PC, which is pretty tough for your PC. You have to have a good CPU, as well as a good graphics card really to cope with it. Now I don't have the best graphics card, so my settings are all set quite low. This you'll be able to play around with, especially if you're not streaming. You'll be able to change some things where you may be able to get more quality over performance. I offer, my settings offer performance over quality, but it works for me, so have a play. Let's run you through them. Okay, so display mode. Always have this on full screen. Reason for this, FPS, it caps at 60. So if you don't set it at full screen, say if you have it on full screen borderless, say for example, it will show you that you have higher FPS. That is not the case. You're only getting 60 FPS. It's glitched. I don't know why, but use full screen. Display monitor, so this is my monitor. My monitor runs at 144 Hz. So if you're using a monitor that runs at 144 Hz, select that. Obviously if you've only got one that's 120 Hz, then use that. 60 is like your sort of standard TV. But yeah, if you can, run it at 144 Hz. Render resolution, always set this to 100, because if you don't, you have potato graphics, bro. That's Crazy Lizard. That. So look at the difference. If I set this at 66 and go back, look at my guy, he looks all jagged and horrible. If I go back in and set it to 100 and go back out, that's 1080p, which is what my monitor runs at. So my graphics card is here. You obviously select your graphics card. Run whatever you can. So if it's 1080p, I would always recommend setting it at 1080p. If you can do 1440p, then yeah, cool, try it, but you'll probably compromise frames. So this is what I use. Advanced, and then just make sure that that's obviously set at 1080p. Aspect ratio, automatic. You can play around with that if you want, but that's what I use. It works. VSync, make sure this shit's turned off. Having that turned on will give you input lag. I promise you, it does. So just have it turned off. Custom frame limit. I have mine on unlimited. Some NVIDIA graphics cards I know have an issue where you may have to customize them and set them to say 144 Hz, and then in menu put them at 60. I don't know why. But yeah, if you have Radeon like me, you can use unlimited. If you have NVIDIA, I'd recommend setting it to your refresh rate, so 144 Hz, and then 60/60. I don't know a huge amount about this, guys. I literally, these are the settings that work for me, so try them. If they work for you, then great. I've bought something to you that works, but you can also play around with these next parts. So display gamma, 2.2, sRGB if you're using a monitor or TV. Streaming quality. So with this, I was actually running it on normal and I changed it to low. I don't actually notice a difference. Try it, it may make a big difference for you. I put it on low because it uses less VRAM, which just gives my PC a bit more room when streaming, because streaming is very demanding on a PC. Texture resolution, low. Again, you'll be able to play around with this. I use low. Works fine for me. So if you watch my streams and you think, that looks okay, it will probably work for you, but play around it, play around with it. Low. Particle quality, low. Bullet sprays, make sure this is enabled. You always need to make sure that this is enabled, and this makes no difference on your VRAM either, so there's no reason why you shouldn't have it enabled. Tessellation, I have it on all. On-demand texture streaming, disabled. Shadow map resolution, low. This is one of the things, actually, for some reason if you put it on like extra, it doesn't add that much VRAM, but this is one of the things that affects my frames per second a lot, so I just have it on low. Spot shadows disabled. Sun shadow is disabled. Although you can probably have them enabled, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It depends what RAM you're using. I'm running 32 gig. I'll put all my PC specs in the description as well. Particle lighting low. Ambient occlusion disabled. Screen space reflection disabled. Anti-aliasing off. Depth of field disabled. Filmatic strength 1. The reason why that is set to 1 is because I have anti-aliasing or whatever it is turned off. World motion blur. Turn that shit off. You'll see much more. I promise you. Weapon motion blur as well, and then film grain 0. That is all my graphic settings, so fairly straightforward. Yeah, these are all my controller settings. So bumper ping, I have that's my button layout because I prefer the ping to be on L1 rather than the D-pad. Default layout preset because I run an elite, so I actually have these mapped to jump and crouch on the back. Sensitivity for horizontal and vertical. ADS sensitivity, high zoom and low zoom. Again, these will all be adjustable to you guys, so just play around with it. Aim response, standard. Vibration enabled. Aim assist standard. Scale aim assist with field of view disabled. And then yeah, these are all just settings that you will apply yourself that work for you. So have a play around with them, guys. I'm going to do a separate video as well that will show you my Streamlabs settings, so how what bitrate I run and all my Streamlabs settings for when I stream. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you guys. If this helped you and you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, hit that sub button, and hopefully catch you in a stream soon. Peace.